Elizabeth. Hello, Chelsea. Excited to be here. Hello, Andre. Welcome to the room. My name is Terry Fisher. I'm a physician in Vancouver, Canada, and I am obsessed with voice technology and super excited to be here. I know Ian is doing these quick 10-minute rooms just to demonstrate the power of some of the technology that he's working on, specifically being live streaming audio content, and at the same time capturing that content and creating NFTs that can prove the ownership of your content. And so Ian is just in the process right now of starting the stream for this room. Super excited to be here. And as Ian said, we'll be joined by Elizabeth, Ian, and some other friends in Scott Martin's room in about 12 minutes for a more in-depth discussion. Oh, and here's Scott. It's great to see you, Scott. Ian is just getting started here with his little demo. So I'll pass the mic over to Elizabeth for an intro and then to Scott.
Thanks, Terry. Very quickly, thank you, Ian. Hi, Scott. My name's Elizabeth Lindsay, and I'm an explorer for National Geographic. My work centers around gathering the wisdom and knowledge systems of remote cultures throughout the world before it's lost. And so this technology interests me immensely, and I appreciate Ian introducing this to us. Back to you.
All right, Scott, thanks for jumping in. Elizabeth, thank you for being here. I so honor the work of your life, the things that you're currently doing now. I think the best of your career and of your impact is still to come. Scott, can you jump in and introduce yourself, and can you please promote our event that happens in 10 minutes that happens every other Wednesday?
Yeah, thank you. So I'm Scott of Groundswell Origins. I have a podcast called Groundswell Marketing Podcast. And I started a room called Soundwaves, which starts in 10 minutes, which is it was initiated actually as a way of me researching my book called Soundwaves, The Future of Art, Sound, and Audio. And it's brought me with these amazing humans that you're seeing here. So see you guys in 10 minutes. As soon as we're wrapped up here, we'll jump in the other room. Back to you. Okay.
If anyone would like to come on stage and ask a question about what we do at Attention Live, please do so. I'm here live inside this Clubhouse room. I also am using a separate device to broadcast this room. And Terry, as you come up, just understand this is being recorded and broadcast. And so it's with the assumption that I have your approval to do that as you're on stage. So what our software does is pretty simple to understand. Imagine if you combined radio with a social media posting tool like Hootsuite with a non-fungible token marketplace like OpenSea. So what we do is we record a Clubhouse room, we then transcribe the room, we then broadcast this to social media sites like YouTube, like I'm live right now on YouTube, to voice devices like Alexa, I'm live right now on Alexa, and then we also create a non-fungible token for the purpose of protecting a Clubhouse moderator's and the Clubhouse speaker's intellectual property. And this token signifies that you, Scott, you, Elizabeth, you, Terry, you, two Terrys, and me, Ian, that the five of us are on here, we're speaking. And the words I say are my words. They belong to me. What was said, the transcription, how it was said, the audio file, they're mine. And then it goes into a marketplace called .cred, similar to OpenSea, Nifty Gateway, Rarible, any of these marketplaces, where it can be sold. And so we believe this solves a huge problem for Clubhouse moderators. Can you just imagine a world where musicians, they never make any money from their music. They can't do concerts and charge for them. All they get is adoration and applause. Well, the reality is that's kind of the case for most podcasters. That's the case also for many Clubhouse moderators. They're sharing their brilliance, their ideas, the very best of who they are. They're cultivating these incredible people to come together and share. It's not being recorded. It's not being transcribed. It's not being broadcast. It's not being protected. And we believe that we have one piece of software that can do all those things at once. So that's what we do. And the purpose of the next 5 or so minutes is to answer questions. Terry, you jumped on stage. Thank you for joining us. Can I answer any question for you?
No, I was just going to ask what your company did as far as the secure transactional systems like blockchain. Our company is in the last 2 years tried to. We're at a different layer than you are. We're at the physical layer. Our research and our products that we're getting ready to start telling people about. So one of the things we came to almost immediately to the discussion of artist rights because of the actual creation of a mechanical representation of the artists, especially in audio. This is going to be available. And we said, well, okay, how do we eliminate the gatekeeping to that function and make sure that the artists get everything they got coming from them for every play that occurs? And so the natural thing that some people started saying was, okay, blockchain. And now with these non-fungible tokens and things that companies like you are working at for the distribution, actual live creation of these analog resources, or what do you call them? The NFT world is, again, still new to me, so I'm not sure. What do you call them? Artifacts, I guess, is what we call them.
Sure.
So I guess you would call them the same thing. So it's really, really important in what we're finding out, because we all of a sudden came out of a deep, dark research hole just here in the last 3 months and got invited to Clubhouse. We're finding a lot of people are actually working on, again, an off-the-shelf kind of concept for us. So we just plug in at a lower layer of the whole system, and you guys would take care of the I guess the secure transaction system that all the artists and people want to actually have. So cool. Love to hear more about the stuff. Again, like I said, I don't want to repeat myself, our interaction with your system would be at almost a mechanical level of where we would, again, a different layer of abstraction, almost not an abstraction from how we look at it, but your system sounds really interesting. So yeah, looking forward to hearing more about it.
Good. Okay. Well, Terry, it looks like you're the CTO of the Benson Avenue company, and there's a lot that you shared and some that's written in your bio, like virtual vinyl analog streaming systems. So for the sake of time and brevity, let me also say, anybody else in the audience that wants to ask a question, please raise your hand. I'm going to run out of time because I'm getting ready to jump into Scott's room in 5 minutes. So here's what I'll tell you, Terry. I am broadcasting my voice, our voice, through the Attention Live YouTube page, but I'm also broadcasting my face and my computer screen on the Ian Utility YouTube page. I would encourage you to go to the Ian Utility live video broadcast and to start at minute 7, which is right now live. And I'm going to show you how our system works for a company like yours. So what you're seeing on my screen right now is our Go Live page. If you're on here, whether it's live, thanks for your attention, or the archive, glad you tuned in. And this allows me to put the title and description. So for you, Terry, the title would be the name of the band, and the description would be the song or the record. And then you can press start stream. Now, this would assume that your musician would want to stream live, which they may not want to. Therefore, you bring an archived asset into our system for us to do the same things for them. If it was live, like a musician wanted to play a live set, they'd press start stream, and they could turn the NFT creation, the ERC721 token that gets placed on the Ethereum blockchain and then into the .cred marketplace. Now that could be, it's interoperable. It can be moved to an EOS blockchain or be sent to the Nifty Gateway or the OpenSea marketplace. Nevertheless, you can see how you can turn on the voice devices like Alexa, the social media sites like YouTube. You can turn these things off and on. And then you have something called My Streams inside the dashboard. Now, the My Streams section is where all of your artists' music or all of the Clubhouse moderators' rooms or all of the podcasters' episodes live, whether they were done live through our system or they were put into our system afterwards. You then have this thing on the right-hand side called the My Stream list. And this is where you can basically stack all of your best content to create a 24-hour radio station. Now, that is going live. That is creating the radio station. The next thing to understand is in the My Account section, there's 3 pieces that are important to comprehend for you, Terry, and any of your peers that want to save time in creating non-fungible tokens and in leveraging this media tool that we've created or something similar. Although I don't know of anything similar. It took us 3.5 years to build this. We filed the provisional patents and wrote the white paper on the whole entire concept. So I don't know. I hope we have competitors because a rising tide will raise all ships. This is where you can set up the standard title and description. This is where you can connect your YouTube page. You also can connect a musician's YouTube page. So Terry, you may not have access to a band's YouTube page, but they'll give you the API key just for temporary access. That's why we set this up this way. We also have the voice interface. So like VoiceFlow or like Voicify, we have our own proprietary system to could build a Alexa skill and then control the title, the device response, what's shown on the echo screen, how the introduction sounds, what the keywords are, and it's all in real time that we can change this on the fly. And the final section that if you're watching live or if you're tuned in on the archive, this is the final thing I'm showing on the screen, which is the NFT tokens. And the NFT tokens, it basically allows you to create the token design. So on the back, you could have the record, or in our case, it's the Attention Live logo, and you could have the name of the record. And in our case, it just says Attention Live. And on the front, you could have the song or the image of the musician and then their name or the name of the song. And this allows you to then protect the intellectual property of a musician, a Clubhouse moderator, or a podcaster. So if
all the functions you're talking about are these upstream functions that we knew that are, again, our marketing group and our people that we have working for us have been saying these things all the way along. What you're telling me right now is what a CTO doesn't want to hear, which is we wasted about 1.5 years working on something we didn't need to waste any time working on. So I really appreciate that. Thank you. So.
Well, I don't have much to say. All I can say.
Isn't it? Honest to God, no, we didn't. It's we've been telling everybody all the way along. Again, you got to understand where I don't want to take any time talking about what we're doing, but it's at the lower level. Basically, it's a conversion issue, and we have a conversion process. All that does, as long as your system is stream agnostic, it's perfect. Okay, as long as it doesn't care what the media is it's delivering, or in the capability of changing from analog to digital conversion away from that to what we're going to be doing, and it actually fits more to fungible tokens because it actually has a very discernible artifact. Okay, because you can't. And whether it's live or not depends on how far up the implementation stream, which we assume it'll go all the way up the stream as soon as people start using it anywhere. It's really, your system is just what we've been telling Amazon, what we've been telling YouTube and Google. It's just the fact of, instead of expecting this for your audio, this is what you're going to get.
Yep.
Okay, so
That's
it's
right.
Perfect, man. Yeah.
Well, Terry, if you haven't done it yet, go to attn.live, put your name in for the beta list. We send you an immediate email to where you can sign up. Or you can give us more information about how you want to be a beta user. In that, put in the comment that you were part of one of the Clubhouse rooms with me, and I wanted to get you and your team access to be able to play around with our product, and then we'll fast track it.
Yeah, because there's a bunch of, like I said, we actually just came out in Clubhouse a couple of weeks ago. Not only we're using it for engineering feedback and things like that, and also just some great conversations about AI and so on and so forth, which we're interested in. But we're actually using it as a null device for our system right now during testing. You see us on here every once in a while for that because it works perfectly for that, except for some handshaking issues, which I'm not going to get into with Clubhouse. So,
yes,
anyway,
of course.
Yeah, I would love to get my other people on the team to take a look at this stuff. So yeah, I'll do that. Is that information on your profile or anywhere?
It is. Yep. Just click on my picture. Great. It's all there. Okay, friends, I'm going to end this room. I do this several times a week. I'll be back again with another demo. And when I demo audio here on Clubhouse, I'm also streaming audio to the Attention Live YouTube page, our Alexa skill, and I'm doing video to Ian Utility's personal YouTube page. I'm jumping into the next room, Soundwaves. I would encourage all of you to join us there. Thanks again for jumping in. I really appreciate your attention. Have a wonderful day.